Hey everybody, Jarrett here. We're going to go over some basic training on how to set effective goals and some time management training. In our business, it's one of the appeals to many of us is the flexibility of being able to work from wherever, whenever. We work from home, work from a hotel room on the road, go on vacation and get an hour or two of work in and make some money wherever you are. And it's that flexibility that we appeal to a lot of us. But with that said, some structure is very important and will lead us to a lot more success. And so, just like most of my trainings that I have shared and will share, there is no silver bullet for everyone. There is no perfect example. There's no perfect, if you do this, then this will always happen. But what I like to share is things that I've learned from my experience, as well as from people that I respect and their experiences, and how I've been able to find success in my life and how those around me have found success. And so I'd just like to share those principles with you. So with that said, I'm here in this document. It's on the team training website, thedivineambition.com. And on the team training, it's the startup training. That's where we're going to start up. So what I want to focus on here is that while we love the freedom that working from home and being a Doobly Business Associate offers us, it's important to have some sort of structure to keep us on task and to keep us productive. And like I said, there's no answer that's right for everyone. Some people may not need some structure, but what I've found is that most people need to have some sort of routine that keeps them motivated and keeps them progressing. So what I came up with is just a sample schedule of what a day might look like. And some of this comes from my life. Some of it comes from lives of people that I know. Also, some of it came from this article right here that I have linked. There was a survey sent out to CEOs of major corporations, and they were asked to fill in what they did throughout their day to be successful. So some of it's taken from that, as well as, like I said, my life and the lives of people that I know. So a wise man that I know who was a great mentor in my life, he once told me that if you wake up any later than 6:30 in your day, you're probably not going to get much done that day. He used more colorful language, and he was a little more adamant than that. But the basic point is, if you start your day early, you're going to be much more productive. So you might want to, you wake up, take some time to meditate or pray or study some sort of self-help book if you want, or if you're religious, you study some religious texts. Whatever you choose to do, wake up at this time and spend some time for yourself preparing to create your day. And creating your day starts with this foundation at the very beginning. Getting your mind right, getting in the right place, getting your focus straight. After that, a great time to take some time to exercise. Now that you got your mind right, let's get your body right. A healthy mind and a healthy body is going to help you be productive for the long haul and not just in the short term. So, then you may need to, then you shower, get ready for the day, do whatever you need to do to get ready. 8 o'clock or whatever time your first appointment is, get into your zone, whether you have an office or if you like to work from wherever you like to work from. Get there in plenty of time to prepare for your first appointment. spend some time studying Doobly, the partner program, studying everything that we have to offer from A to Z, because you may not need to share everything with your prospects and your leads, but you need to have all the background information. It's kind of like, this is where this is going to get fun. It's kind of like, here's the ocean, and here is an iceberg. Like 90% of it is under the water. We may share this much right here with our prospects, but we need to have all of this foundational knowledge so that if they ask a question, we have it. Or because if they ask a question about this, we can answer this because we have this foundation under it of understanding why this is this. And so it's important to take time studying. So you get there, you're studying VIP to MVP, studying your back office, group documents that we've all posted, or some motivational books, whatever it may be. Take time to better yourself in your craft. It's interesting because a lot of us are experienced salespeople, and but me personally, I have experience selling. I have experience going out talking face to face with people and selling them things and persuading them. But with all that experience, there are always people that I look up to as being, so much better at what they do and what I do. Even they're so much better at what I do, and as far as just selling things, And the thing that I've found in common, that those people have in common that I look up to, is they take time to make themselves better. And for instance, my brother-in-law, he could sell a ketchup popsicle to a lady in white gloves, and not because she doesn't need it, but he would help her see that she needs that ketchup popsicle. And he is just someone that you want to be around. He just got this energy, and he knows what he's doing when he's talking to people. But basically, anytime you talk to him at that moment in time in his life, he's reading a book about communication or about selling or about human interaction to make himself better so that he understands these principles and concepts. So anyway, the point is, take time to better yourself, get better at your craft. Then you're going to want to make sure you leave time before every appointment to prepare for the person in the organization you'll be talking to. Make sure that you understand their background, and so that when you're talking to them, you can cater your message to that person in that organization so you can help them see why we have the solution for their problems. So another just thing I threw in here, if we're going to be at home, we're going to be really flexible. Let's use that flexibility to our advantage to take time to for breaks, walk around, to stay healthy, to sitting down all the time. You're not cooped up in an office. You don't need to be, so why stay that way? If you're at home, you have kids, take time to play with your kids. That it's something unique that we have is you're at home and everyone else has to go to work and they're away from their families all day. Take, every hour, take 10, 15 minutes, go out, say hi to your family, and, have a snack with them or do whatever. You are your own boss, so don't make yourself a slave. So we want some structure, but you want to mesh it with the freedom that we have. And again, I'm not saying that you have to do this all the time, every day, or ever do whatever works for you, but I'm just sharing what I have found to be a useful outline for my daily routine and life to lead me to success. So with that said, now let's talk a little bit about setting goals. So you can't just wake up and then, I'm going to study this in the morning, or I'll just when I wake up, I'll just throw together some exercise, or when I start working, I'll figure out what I'm going to study. And these types of things, it all takes preparation, and that's how you become a genuine person in your craft. It's how you become your best self. It's how you're going to connect with the people that you work with, is by preparation at all levels. And so I wanted to kind of go over some just goal-setting principles. So this is a great tool to have. We have the CRM, which is awesome for tracking our prospects and our leads and what we've done with them and what actions we need to take with them in the future. That's awesome. But what we're talking about right now is getting ourselves in the right place and bettering ourselves. And so having some personal goals is an excellent way to track your progress and to get better. Somebody once said that when performance is measured, performance improves. Okay, so you need to measure your performance, and the best way to do that is to set goals and track those goals. So I have this sample sheet, and I'll be posting it. And you can do whatever you want. You can make your own, but I just have some basic goals on here that can be beneficial. So you're going to set your goals in this column here, and then you're going to, when the week is over, or if you want to do it daily, whatever you want to do, you're going to go back and write down what you actually did, because that way you can track them and measure them. And so, like I said, when performance is measured, performance improves. And so this is how you can track and measure your goals. So, you kind of write in what week it is, and then here's some goals. Like I said, you can use this, you can add to it. But, let's set a goal every week for how many businesses and charities you want to bring in, or individual people that be part of your sales team. Set those kinds of goals, and then you can come back and see how you did. And the beautiful thing about this is this breaks down into it. You can do these weekly goals, and then you can break it down into daily goals, or objectives of what you need to accomplish to achieve this goal. That's another useful and efficient and effective goal setting tactic, is to not only just set a goal, but to break that goal down into smaller objectives. So you can say, okay, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. If I do these 3 or 4 things, then this goal will be achieved. You might want to have a goal for how many active prospects you have. Maybe people that you have already had a call with and have a follow-up with, and they're close to signing up. So you want to set a goal for closing people, but you want to set a goal for maybe having a few more people ready and set to close for the next week, or however you want to look at that. Set a goal for prospects, maybe new prospects that you want to approach, who maybe want. This would be like people who you've already emailed and have a call set up with, or people you've already had a call with and are making ready for the next step. This prospects right here, maybe you want to come up with new businesses, new organizations, new people that you want to make an initial contact with. Another great goal to have is the number of referrals. Talking to a business or a person, maybe they're interested, and you ask them, awesome, who else do you know? You can help them set them up through them if they're going to be interested in sign up. Or if they're not interested, you could say, okay, well, I understand that this time you're not interested. Maybe in the future you will be, but do you know anyone who would be interested in making more money off their current customer base? Or do you know anybody who isn't happy with their job right now? Something like that. You're asking for these referrals. It's a great way to increase your prospect pool. Again, and then down here we have some self-development goals. You want to set goals for maybe the number of meetings or events you go to, or trainings that you attend, or conference calls If you want to get on and say, I want to get on 3 conference calls this week, boom, there you go. Set the goal, achieve the goal, there you go. And then you want to set some goals for how much time every day you want to be spent, or studying. How much time a day, or how number of days you want to take time to study, or to improve, or whatever you want to do here. And like I said, these break down into daily goals. So if you're setting a goal of your daily personal development, why not have a separate sheet or a separate area where you set every night, take 5 minutes before you go to bed to plan out your next day. Where you're saying, okay, you're on the CRM, so you know what your schedule looks like, and then you can say, let's fill out these blank times where I don't have a call with, I want to contact some of my personal contacts, or I want to take time to study this or that. But don't just say you want to study this or that. You want to set a goal for what you want to study at that time. Down here we have, you can make some lists of people you want to focus on. Maybe it's organizations or individuals who you've talked to and you need to follow up with. So you can, who you want to focus on and then what goal you want to, maybe it's, I want to close them, or maybe you want to get them on a conference call, whatever it may be. So like I said, make your own sheet, use this sheet, but this type of structure for a weekly goal setting and then breaking it down into daily goal setting is going to change your business. Like I said, we love the freedom, but one thing that the freedom lacks is some structure. And so, like I said, many people may be already doing this. Many people can structure themselves without doing this, whatever. And I'm not one of those people, and I wanted to share what's worked for me and what I've found it to be beneficial. And so you set these weekly goals and break it down into daily goals. Take the time every night to go over your schedule and to say, this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. This is what I'm going to study. This is the exercises I'm going to do. This is the people I'm going to focus on. And this is the plan of action I'm going to take with these people. If you do that, then when the time comes and you're ready and you're prepared, things go much more smoothly. And if things don't go as you're expecting, you at least had the plan in place, and you've taken the time to prepare so that you are able to adjust on the move because you have that foundation. So just to kind of recap as far as goal setting and whatnot, I wanted to pull this up. Okay, pretty famous, a lot of people know it, about goal setting, SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and they need to be on a timetable. So they need to be specific. They can't be so broad. What I like to say is that you need to ask yourself, is this helping you achieve your bigger picture? And so that's how specific comes into play. Measurable needs to be, you need to be able to ask yourself this question: Did I accomplish this goal? Yes, no. It needs to be a yes, no type of thing. If there's like a well, kind of, if I don't really know, it couldn't really, then it's not measurable enough. It needs to be yes, no, because then you can measure it. And when performance is measured, performance improves. Achievable obviously needs to be realistic and something that is going to be able to be achieved. Otherwise, you just frustrate yourself. The purpose of goals is to improve your performance incrementally, and by setting achievable goals, you help to accomplish that. They need to be relevant to what you're focusing on, what you're doing. Obviously, they need to be centered on your big picture again. Then they need to be set on a timetable. There needs to be a certain amount of time to where you say, I need to do X by 3 days from now. Because then in 3 days you can look back and you can say, did I do X? Then it's measurable, yes or no. And if it's the 4th day, you ask yourself, did I do X in 3 days? No, I didn't. I need to maybe reevaluate this goal. Then I wanted to add, there's one more thing that I wanted to add. Actually, there's going to be 2 more things that I want to add. But the first is that your goals need to be visible. And what I mean by that is you need to be able to post them, whether it's on the CRM or it's in a daily planner or it's on sticky notes around your desk or whatever it may be for you. your goals need to be somewhere you can see them, because it's really easy to set goals and then hide them away and then you never see them again and you never look at them again. Think about it, guys. That's what people do at New Year's, right? New Year's resolution. Set a resolution to do whatever, and then you do that for like a week, and then you totally forget about it and completely neglect it. But if you can make your goals visible so that everywhere you look, you're reminded of, I got to get this done, boom, then it kind of ties all of these things together and points you in the direction of progress. And the last thing I want to add about setting goals is accountability. You need to be accountable to someone. It's another flaw of our business model. I don't want to say flaw. Let's rephrase that and say it's another hurdle to overcome, another challenge. Because we're all in business for ourselves, and obviously we need to be accountable enough to pay bills or whatever we're doing this for. But as far as setting our goals and getting better and progressing, there's no one really, there's not a supervisor or a boss who's knocking on your office door saying, hey, we need to get this done. So what I suggest is using one of your a member of your sales team to set goals with and say, hey, I've set these goals. In a week from now, will you, follow up with me if I call you, or will you call me, follow up with me and make sure I did this? I would suggest if you're, as upline advisors and mentors, I would suggest offering that to your sales team, saying, hey, what kind of goals do you have? Would you mind if I follow up with you? And here are my goals. You can follow up with me. And by doing that, you become accountable. And so, like I said earlier, when performance is measured, performance improves. But when performance is measured and reported to someone, the rate of that improvement accelerates. And so if we can set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-tabled, visible, and if we can set those types of goals and then be accountable to those goals, we are going to progress as individuals, as salesmen, as account representatives, account managers, as husbands, wives, mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, as people. And we're going to improve the lives of those around us as well. So anyway, I hope this training was beneficial. Again, set some weekly goals, set SMART goals, and find a friend or a mentor to set those goals with, and it will change the way that you are running your business and change the way that you are impacting the lives of those around you. Anyway, as always, hope it's beneficial. Ask any questions. I'm open to suggestions, and let's work this together and make the world a better place.